So, Kate.
Bridge.
On the not as familiar streaming channel, Peacock. Do you have it?
I have yours.
Oh my god, perfect.
I used it to watch this movie this week.
God damn it, I paid for it again.
Bridget, no! It was your streaming! Oh my god, Bridget, the amount of money you've spent on movies that could have been free. I don't know what we could have gone on vacation. Oh my god.
We definitely could have. It's like 200 times 3. Damn it. So on Peacock, there is a documentary about Barney.
I loved Barney.
No,
Past tense.
no, Kate.
Uh-oh.
So you haven't seen this?
No.
Oh boy.
Is it like an expose?
So
is there like secrets?
It's literally titled, I love you, comma, you hate me.
Whoa! Shots fired.
And
was it made by a 5-year-old?
No,
Damn.
so you may not know this because you were young when you loved Barney, but apparently at the time that Barney got so popular, there was also like a ton of hate around like hating Barney songs like being used to torture prisoners.
What?
Just like all this like weird crazy stuff, people that thought Barney was like gay and they were crazy homophobic and all these things that I only got from the trailer because I literally was like, I don't know how and if I should watch this series,
Okay,
but I have to tell you about it because apparently everyone hated Barney.
Oh
like
God.
at the hype, like in the 90s.
Was I the only one who loved him?
No, a lot of people loved him, but also a lot of people hated him.
Wow, a lot of people need to get a life.
But there's crazy stuff. I think you gotta watch it.
Did they show the Barney that came to my birthday party who was in a white Barney suit and not purple, and nobody seemed to question it, and Mom and Dad were like, whatever, let him in, and I was scared.
I'm gonna share what it looks like.
Oh my god, the fire! There's literally flames. Holy shit. Wait, the untold story? Whose story? Not Barney's. Do we get Barney's side of the story in this? Because I think not.
No, but you get the woman who created it, and Kate, I think there's some stuff that went down.
She doesn't like Barney either? Or she was like...
No, she made Barney.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know, like some creepy stuff, so I would like you to get on it.
You know, I will watch it because...
I want you to.
I think people are really harsh with kids programming. I'm going to say that.
This coming from Katie, who harshly judges child actors?
No, that's their acting. Listen, we can all judge that, but like, if the content's made for a kid and you're mad they're singing a kid song, like, what?
Personally, I thought the cleanup song was very effective from Barney.
Very helpful. We still sing it.
Very effective.
I love you, you love me. Oh shit, I don't even remember the real words.
We're a happy family with a great big hug.
And a kiss from you to
me to you.
Me to you.
Won't you say you love me too?
Love me too.
I mean,
it's in there.
Look it up. I'd like to know how it goes because I started watching it and I was like, this
I would like to. I hope they talk about also the subliminal messages because that show definitely had subliminal messages because we would put it on for Mary, who was like the hyperest child that ever lived, and she would just sit there and like stare at the TV in silence for like 20 minutes, and I'd be like, wow, babysitting's awesome when I got Barney.
And now she goes to Comic-Con.
And but she's in grad school too, so
hey, astrophysicist, Comic-Con, Barney. How does it all come together?
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello!
Hey, it's me, Casper!
Casper! A little high-pitched voice. Oh, it's a little too high-pitched. Wow, welcome back, listeners. Welcome back if you're coming to us alive or dead or, I don't know.
With unfinished business?
Unfinished business, finished business, angels, demons, exorcisms, teenagers.
Oh.
Yeah. Those
Children.
all go together, right?
All right.
Woo, okay.
This is who are we? What are words?
Okay, listeners, we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And guess again, Bone Man? Wait, now I got it wrong. What was it? You sent me a picture of it. I died.
I can't remember.
Pardon the pun. I died. Sorry.
Oh my god.
A bone bag. Guess again, bone bag. That reminds me of Nightmare Before Christmas.
I tell you.
Wow. Bridge, what's our movie this week?
It's the 1995 True Nostalgia, starring Christina Ricci, Bill Pullman.
Woo!
And a little sneak peek of Devon Sawa. 1995, I already said Casper.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo, what did you think of this movie?
Well, I don't know if it was just the events of my day or the massive amount of wine I was drinking during it, but I had a lot of ups and downs of emotions.
Wow.
And I came out with 2 thumbs up, I think. We can't be sure till I'm sober, but I'm gonna say it still hits for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who knew the depths of this movie?
Did you like it?
I liked it, but I took it light.
Yes.
I think if you actually pay attention, it's pretty freaking dark.
Oh my god, yeah. That's why I was like, why am I crying? And then I was like, wait, this is fucked up. Shit.
Oh my lord, Kate.
Bridge, it's your turn to do a synopsis.
Because
I did Halloween and you watched the movie on a centimeter wide phone screen.
A ghost therapist and his young daughter arrive at a house haunted by 3 rambunctious spirits and Casper, the friendly ghost, setting the stage for an eye-popping roller coaster romp.
What?
Do we think it ended with romp, or did I spell it wrong?
There was a roller coaster, I would argue.
Which by the way, did Disney ever do that or Universal? Because
I literally wrote in my notes, I was like, why the fuck didn't Universal make this a ride? I would have wrote that 500 times, just like the E.T. ride, and I probably would be the only person riding it, but still, that would have been so cool.
And you're telling me no one's made the Up and Atom machine? Because I'm riding that too.
You get a free bow tie when you ride it.
Damn, and a shave. That works for everybody.
My God.
If you haven't seen this movie, I'm gonna assume that you know Casper the Friendly Ghost. If you are too young to not know Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'm not exactly sure why you're listening, because I feel like you're very young for us. So I'm just gonna assume this. And Christina Ricci is the daughter of Bill Pullman.
Ugh.
Bill Pullman is a gay ghost therapist.
That might be my next career. I'm just saying. That's kind of awesome.
The alignment for you between horror and therapy.
I'll do it right now. Get out the Ouija board.
And really his inspiration is that his wife died, and he, as he says, he's always looking for her. But he also feels that, ghosts need help crossing over. What a gentle soul. And so they bounced around to all these different places, and they end up in Friendship Maine.
Maine, okay. Bridge. You know who else is in Maine?
Who?
Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Oh, no! Ruin it.
Now think of that crossover. Bill Pullman trying to give him therapy.
Oh, good God.
Okay.
He's so like, sorry. Do they all float down there? Do they?
Let's really explore that.
What do we mean by float, huh?
You brought that up 3 times, which means it's important to you subconsciously. So let's talk about it.
Do you want to sit on the couch and get out of the gutter? Here's what I need to figure out. Is the woman's name Crichton? Because I couldn't figure out.
I thought it was Kerrigan, but then Bill Pullman and Christina Ricci kept calling her the wrong name as a bit.
Okay, because I think that's her last name now that I'm looking. So I'm going to call her Kerrigan. But there is a woman whose, husband or dad dies?
It was her dad.
Her dad. And has left her this, abandoned mansion that is haunted by ghosts. And so she finds out that in this mansion there's buried treasure, and that's all she cares about, and she's definitely, an awful person. And she can't get to it because these ghosts, which are, I guess let's call them Casper's, crappy brothers. Who are they?
He says they're his uncles.
Oh, uncles.
That would mean... We're going to have to talk about the familial relationships.
Mm-hmm. So, it's very hard to get these ghosts to leave. I gotta say, they're pretty funny.
I thought they were great. I said they should start their own improv comedy group.
Oh my God, I would go to that. I would definitely definitely. 2-drink minimum, I'd do it. So she figures, oh my God, I need another way. And would you know, there's a ghost therapist, and maybe that's the ticket. So that's how Bill Pullman and his daughter Christina Ricci end up in this house. And then I guess Casper has never seen a teenage girl, and they fall in love, but like not really. And they develop a relationship, and chaos ensues because Kerrigan is trying to get the treasure, and the ghosts are just trying to be rambunctious to everybody. And it's just a ragtag team of all these crazy things, all the while Christina Ricci is being a new student in a new town where the town has decided that she is throwing the Halloween party with literally 3 days notice.
They're like, oh, Kat, nice to meet you. We're going to use your house.
Yeah.
That's like in 10
I don't
seconds.
think that this Friendship Maine is friendly. But
no.
But overall, I think it's a super light rom-com that is silly and fun, and there's just an iconic scene, Kate, that my prepubescent self,
I got emotional.
I screamed at James to come into the room. I was like, James, this is the scene!
Did you guys slow dance?
Oh my God. I was like, can we flow in the air?
Wait, could you imagine if he slowly walked down the stairs with one button unbuttoned on a shirt, and he's like, I'm here. Can I keep you, Bridge? And you're like, shut up.
You're like, legally, we are keeping each other for now. So that was not the greatest synopsis, but I think there's enough in there.
There's fucking ghosts.
It's the plot is plickety plockety ploopity. It's what's happening with this plot. I don't know, but I just know that as a youngster, I was like, wow, Christina Ricci's so cool, and honestly, it'd be so cool to have a ghost friend. Oh my God, and I'd be like, oh my God, Devon Sawa is a ghost, dreamboat, and then just having this ghost that you can hang out with, and
he makes you breakfast every morning. Hell yeah!
And by the way, the romance flies you to the top of the lighthouse to overlook the oceans of Maine.
I mean,
Get
I
out
love
of town.
it. I don't want to be flown there by him holding my foot, but
no, it's a little lack of consent.
But
once she got there, she liked it. So I don't know. I don't think there's any other way to do it, but just dive into it.
Let's dive. Woo! Bridge, this first scene, I was like, whoa, this is in my memory, because these two fucking little white boys, who I do want to point out, I'm proud they wore their helmets as they biked to a scary mansion. And it's the weirdest setup, but this is introducing us to the house and that it's haunted and Casper, and they're like, we gotta take a picture, otherwise people at school will think we're wimps. And you're like, that's kind of lame setup, but this was pre-Photoshop, so give them a break, And then they meet Casper, and he's like, hi, I'm super nice, welcome, I'm polite, let's shake hands, hello. And then the kids are fucking rude and they scream in his face.
Kate, did you know that this movie is more CGI than Jurassic Park?
What? That makes sense, though, with all the ghosts.
When Casper first popped on, I thought at that scene, when he was like, hey, I'll take your picture, I'm Casper. And I was like, oh, this is gonna look so bad. And it looks good.
No, some of it was really good, where he'd be kind of see-through, so you're like, I don't know what I'm looking at yet, but then you can kind of see the shape, and then you'd see the shape, and it was really good.
I thought it was good, and his facial expressions weren't too over the top.
Yeah.
But it was cutting edge technology back then. But Kate, I am with you. They didn't really need this scene. However, because it was 1995, I got this wrong. Richie Rich was 1994. They did have that instrumental, it's the 90s, and it's a rom-com, and I hope you all know this song, and it's the 90s, and it's a movie.
Oh, did you see those two children run away screaming in terror? Don't worry, we're gonna play a fun song.
I swear to God, it's from what we know with the 80s movies, they're okay, we seriously went too dark and everybody's traumatizzed, and that's Gen X, right? That's that group that doesn't give a shit about anything, and nobody parented them. And I feel the 90s, they were all right, we gotta try a little bit to be nice. And then they just would sprinkle in stupid music and sassy jokes.
And we literally cut from these two children screaming in terror, which I love the Polaroid of that. I think that's so funny. We cut to Ben Stein, which is another Richie Rich reference, because Ben Stein lived in the 90s.
He really did.
He is listing off the fucking, like, will, I guess, of this dead person, and all he keeps saying is different foundations or funds that this dead person, like, is giving money to. Bridget, do you want to know what one of the foundations was?
What was it?
Oh my god. It was the... You ready? You ready for this?
I don't know.
The Dyslexic Dalmatians Fund. As a school psychologist, I can confirm that is not real. Dogs cannot read or identify letters, numbers, or sounds. So dyslexia is not possible for dogs.
I'm gonna challenge you. Have you seen those videos where they like hit the buttons and it's like, Mom, pee,
but that's
outside.
Like, they're not making those sounds themselves, and their brains are not. Oh my god!
But can you imagine if like they just kept doing it backwards and it was like, God, like, you know, like like Stevie just can't get her any.
He literally gave $1 million to that fund, and I was like, that's a Ponzi scheme, and I would like to get on board because that seems like an easy moneymaker for rich idiots.
Well, I know what merch we're making this week.
Dyslexic Dalmatians Fund. I'm dead. Oh my god. But this is where we meet, I guess, the bad guys. They're kind of lame.
She was just like mean to
I hated
her
how mean
henchmen.
She was. It was overplayed.
It was overplayed, and I felt like it was like, okay, so your motivation is money, and there's some treasure, so you want to get after the treasure, but like, don't you like fake pretend to be nice at any point? Like, she just was a raging meanie pants the whole time.
Who was Eric Idle? Like, what was their relationship?
I have no idea. Was she paying him? Like, why was he taking it? Because let me tell you, he couldn't take it at the end.
Is he a lawyer? Because, like, I think legally he's got some ground to stand on against. I don't know.
So.
I don't know, but it's Eric Idle, and his name was Dev.
Stabs! And her, like, raspy cigarette
like,
voice.
Dotson!
Stabs!
Yeah, all she gets left, I guess her dad was a bajillionaire or some bullshit, which makes me think she has money, but I guess she wants more. She doesn't get any money, but she gets this old house. She's like, this is bunch of bullshit, but then they, through, like, weird, they, like, burn the deed and then something and then words, and it's like, treasure, and she's like, oh my god, treasure. Which, like, is a lot of hoops we're jumping through, but
a lot.
Fine. Fucking fine.
So in my mind, I'm like, wow, this plot is just going for it.
Yeah. Pedal to the floor, baby! Woo!
Yeah. And I think somebody was like, okay, so we have this idea about, like, making a ghost, and, like, we definitely got the CGI funding. We just haven't figured out this story, so let's just shoot it. Let's just shoot it. Yeah. Let's just go for it.
Just tell the actors to improv, and we'll like, you know, form a story that way. Yeah.
And apparently young Christina Ricci was like, this movie sucked. And you're like, Christina.
Well, she did do the Addams Family prior to, so
it's pretty epic.
And she probably did Stand By Me at this point, like, yeah.
Well, and Now and Then was right around this time.
Oh, what did I just say? That's what I meant to say.
Oh,
Now and Then.
You said Stand By Me.
I said the boy version of Now and Then, which is Stand By Me.
I really went, I didn't even correct you. I was like, absolutely. And also,
we all knew it.
So,
wow. They go to the house and they, again, meet Casper. Hi, I'm Casper. And everyone's like, what? And he's like, oh no, I scared you. And you find out, this is where you meet the other three ghosts. Well, you don't really meet them. They're just like kind of come out and they're scary. And you're like, oh no. So the lady, it turns into a whole fucking montage of this lady trying to get rid of the ghost bridge.
I hated this.
You know what I remember distinctly about this fucking montage? Is the guy who played the exorcist like someone who's famous for something? Because I was confused.
I think it's just being the exorcist. Like, I don't get it.
But is he like a comedian that's famous and I just don't get it? Or like, is he a random actor that we thought would be so funny? Because
I literally don't know. I just was like, I don't understand anything.
I don't know.
But the cameos, out of control.
There's so fucking many. Universal must have been like, hey, you're on a coffee break. Walk on over here just real quick to be in our Casper movie.
I think that's
we'll pay you $10.
Absolutely how that went down.
Yes.
Clint Eastwood.
There's no way.
Clint Eastwood? Can you come? Mel Gibson? Can you head us this way? I mean, what? Dan Aykroyd? When Dan Aykroyd came out of the house, I was like, Dan, I think you're better than this. Like, move on.
Ghostbusters don't work alone, Dan. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the other thing that was so shady. He was like, I can't help you here. And it's like, by yourself? Really? You really needed this paycheck? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Shit, son. Well, he's also, like, kind of cuckoo duke now, and he, like, sells vodka and, like, talks about aliens, which I, like, love, but...
Isn't he a Scientologist?
I don't know, actually.
Wow, this
that
is, like, really
connect.
good gossiping. Should we keep going?
Okay.
Does he have dyslexic Dalmatian?
Is he part of the dyslexic Dalmatian fund? Perhaps. We're gonna write that thread on Reddit, everyone.
We ain't gonna get through the blood. Okay, so it's I feel like the best and only montage that any 90s movie should do is from Sister Act, where there's music, where there's dancing. What was happening here was I felt like they must have had like dudes in the writing room that were like, yeah, but like shouldn't they try harder to get the ghost? And they're like, well, you could get an exorcism. Well, you can get a Ghostbuster. Well,
a fucking Ghostbuster.
You could get a ghost therapist. And they're like, all right. Ted's got the answer. Let's stop there. I was just like, oh, you could demolish it. But the ghost will scare the construction workers? Okay.
It's a lot.
We're reaching.
There's a lot happening. The fucking news special on the therapist. Like, to me, I was like, is this just a slow news day, guys? Like, did you really cover everything that could have been covered? And this is like, and the way that they do that, like, special, half the time they're like, yeah, ghost therapist. But guys, do you know he has a loner daughter? Did you guys fucking know that? Let me give you her birth certificate and social security number too while we're at it. My God.
I cannot, and I feel like Casper needed to check himself because the way he went quickly through those cables, I was like, are you stalking Christina Ricci?
There were some moments I was like, a little too much, Casper.
Wait, but also, Kate, how come everybody's name in the 90s was Cat? Like, what was that about?
It's Cat. Meow. So stupid.
Yeah, but that news special with, like, way news is today, Kate, I don't really feel like that was that far off.
If that was on Fox News, they would be like, guys, the liberals are trying to give ghost therapy. This is an outrage. We have to protest, okay? Like, don't let your children go to school. God, they're teaching them about ghosts. Jesus.
But, like, even the setup, I was like, this seems, like, so real. Like, this is an actual show.
And then they literally showed him, like, playing with, like, what is it? Like, the witch, like, star thing. Oh my
the
God.
Pentagon?
The Pentagon. Oh, Jesus,
Pentagram.
Pentagram. Not the Pentagon. No, this is gonna get back to Fox News now. We're gonna be on the news. It's gonna be so bad. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
Lo and behold, Casper's plan works great because we don't even see a scene of Kerrigan reaching out to Bill Pullman. We just see Bill Pullman and Kat. They're fucking moving. Now, Bridge, did you see what was on top of their station wagon thing?
A Goofy movie setup right there.
Literally, there was a fucking like sofa lounge chair, and I was like, "Sir, moving vans."
And she was like, "Dad, I've been to 9 different schools.
Oh my God, I'm
9
sad.
different cafeterias. You're not gonna find Mom as a ghost. And like, can we just be done with this?" I was like, "You poor soul." Christina Ricci always plays the adult in like every movie she's in as a kid. My God,
I know, and they do it in a way where she's like, "I'm annoyed, but like it's also fine, and I'm neutral." And I'm like, Christina, I think you're actually really sad, and maybe you should go to an actual therapist. And like, oh my God, do you want to call someone? Like, I'm so worried about you. It was not okay. But, Bridge, it makes it better because we get a pinky swear. 90s pinky swear.
Which, it comes back later in the movie, so it was okay for me, Kate.
It was okay. I know.
All right?
We love when things come back, yes.
But, oh my God, seeing Bill Pullman, I'll tell you, I wrote, oh, Bill Pullman, you son of a gun. I mean, who doesn't love Bill Pullman in a movie?
We love him.
Right?
I will say, in this movie, this Bill Pullman does, in my opinion, come off a little drunk. And again, I know I was drinking during it, so maybe I'm colored. Who knows? But there were just parts where I was like, that's a weird thing to say and do, and that's just how you are? Oh,
so,
all right.
During this time period, like every freaking movie, when you look back and they're like, the people that went for this role, it was like Tom Hanks, Tim Allen.
They went for this role?
Yeah, man. It was like always all these like the same freaking crew. Robin Williams.
Wait, they actually, those people auditioned for this role?
Yeah, different people wanted it, yes.
What?
Or the studio wanted it. I don't know if they like said no. But Bill Pullman was like, I just want to make a movie that I could bring my kids to see.
Oh, that's so
Bill, you little adorable man.
Yeah, he was was stuck in, like, sci-fi land, so...
Well, there you go. So they get to the house, Kate, and they bring their chair.
Fucking chair. This house gives me some Beetlejuice vibes. I'm a little into it. I think it's so fucking fun. It's, like, absurd, but I don't care. Like, it's great.
I want to tell you one and only fact that if you don't remember anything else of this movie, what you will remember about this house is that it was the exact same set as the Backstreet Boys music video.
What? The one, what is that? Everybody. That one?
Yeah. Rock your body.
Where they're like a werewolf in a mummy? Oh my God.
All right. It was literally in Casper's house.
Okay, I gotta say, I do always feel like Devon Sawa was gonna grow up to be the blonde guy from Backstreet Boys, so this is connected. Yeah, was it Aaron Carter? No, who's the brother?
No, Aaron's the younger brother. Nick Carter.
Oh, Nick. Yeah, Nick Carter. They had the same haircut, like the whoosh. Like,
oh my God,
what a fun fact! Guys, remember that for trivia. Don't forget.
But Kat runs around the house and says, well, how about I just sleep here in the dust and the cobwebs and roll my sleeping bag on top of the bed? I mean, hey, do we think she's okay? I don't.
I'm worried about her, Bridge. 9 schools in I don't know how many years. When did her mom die, by the way? I don't know if we ever got that timeline.
We didn't get that timeline, but it feels like somewhat within the last 3 years. Like, it just didn't feel like it felt kind of soon, but not like too soon that she was crying all the time.
Yes.
But they meet the ghost right away.
Yeah, which I like that.
Me too.
Although Casper's a little like too much. Like I was like, Casper, keep it cool, dude. Like, you're like making this into a big thing, and like it's just like be chill, you know?
Like be cool, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I had a lot of struggle with figuring out how old Casper was.
He kind of feels like a 10-year-old when he's a ghost.
So his actual age is 12.
Yeah, I
Angel
know.
says, but I don't agree with it.
They all say Michael Myers was 6, okay? I don't believe anything they say.
He wasn't. Casper has a room full of very young toys.
It was fucking FAO Schwartz up in there, okay?
Very,
don't get me started.
Very choo-choo trains named Hootie.
Where was the floor piano for Tom Hanks? Okay.
Out of control.
My God.
And then he has this sled that looks like it's designed for a little baby doll. And that's when he died. That sled gave him oh my God, pneumonia. Bridget.
Pneumonia.
I'm so sorry. I am sober. This is so sad.
Woo!
But then, on the flip side, Christina Ricci shows up, lays down, and he goes, ooh, a girl in my bed? Whoa, now we're popping up to 16. Where are we living? Are we a little baby kid? Are we a 16-year-old?
Hate the use of the phrase popping up, like you just said, but I'll let it slide, even though I just pointed it out. Like, pop it up. Like, I hate it. I'm sorry.
I don't even know if I said that. I'm
so sorry. I just showed you that with my finger. Anyway, let's move on quickly.
Okay.
So she sees Casper and she's like, oh my fucking God, it's a ghost. And the first thing she does is she calls her dad and she goes, Dad, I am so sorry. I thought you were crazy. And you're like, whoa, this family's even more fucked up than I thought. Shit. And so he sees Casper and then there's a scene where he like, this is again, like, I felt like this was like a drunk guy reaction. He sees Casper and he's just like, ah! And I was like, are you 20 beers deep? Because it's okay if you are. Just tell me ahead of time, please.
You know, I didn't put that together, but you're right. He comes off drunk the whole movie.
Like, and then he picks her up and he's carrying her down the hall and her fucking reaction is like, Dad, I can walk. I was like, Christina, you were just screaming at a ghost.
Yo,
like, have another reaction.
A drinking game is how many times she puts her hand in her hair like an angsty teen and like flips her hair like we all did when we were like, what, 14?
Oh, it's so real.
And she literally did that like while he was holding her like that.
That's why we all had forehead acne, because we would all like swipe the skin, you know. It's true. That's not a theory. That's real. That's just fucking science, right?
You're making me think of Zoolander when he's like, you must put your hair down. You've been pulling it back so hard there's acne around your forehead. And he uses his fingers to bring her hair down. Oh my god. But they then just acknowledge they live with ghosts. And they know that there's a friendly ghost. And we know he's very friendly because we meet the unfriendly ghosts. And they're kind of freaking funny. funny, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think they're so funny. I'm not crazy about their, like, weird stereotypical names, but there's the three. So Stretch is, like, I guess, like, kind of taller and skinnier. Fatso is self-explanatory and rude. And Stinky is also self-explanatory and rude. But I will say, they don't, like, rip on each other in, like, insulting ways. Like, they are all kind of like, we're buds, like, we're good. We just
they
rip
have
other
a
people.
common goal, which is to make everyone else uncomfortable.
It works.
I mean, they do it well.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I'm like, these would be a great improv group, because, like, one will start, like, kind of doing something, and then all the others are like, we're fucking in. Like,
oh, they're so in.
They're like, oh, this is the joke now? We're doing it.
There's no mercy. You're absolutely...
Yeah.
Damn, you're right. Like, Ghost Uncles Improv. I'd go to that.
Absolutely.
So wait, why are they the uncles, and why do they have unfinished business, and why? Like, did we ever learn?
We never learned.
Do you think that they were like, our frickin' brother, the inventor, was so annoying inventing
Wait, but
things?
that's like a part. I was like, can we explore, as the therapist, can we explore, guys, your relationship with your brother, who was a crazy inventor, who had a child that died, and then the kid was like, I can't really die because my dad's gonna be so sad, so I'll be a ghost. But then Dad invented a machine that turns ghosts into humans, but Dad never used it on us to turn back into a human. But then Dad went to a mental institution, and then we all fucking forgot, and now we're Casper. And like, what? Writers! You guys forgot all that fucking shit. Are you kidding me? My God.
If you're tired listening, we were tired following.
You should have seen my twitching eyeball, because I'm also tired.
Let me tell you, the amount of typing that I was doing on my phone, my thumbs are tired. But, you know, they made me laugh, and the jokes were still funny. I was like, I don't really care. I don't really care. It's funny. I feel like, though, they were the best arc, if I'm being honest, because... once they saw Bill Pullman get drunk and apologize to them for, like, trying to kick them out of their house and be like, you know, he's like, your house, your haunting, your thing, you stay here. And they were like, well, man, that was really nice. We won't, like, annoy you anymore. And then they were, like, nice, you know? They
were also friendly-ish ghosts. Kind of. They kind of, like, dip out of the movie, honestly, at that point.
I know, but they were like, okay, you do you. Like, it's cool. I get it. Go dance with your daughter. We'll leave you alone.
Right.
But Kat goes to school.
Bridge.
Oh, my God. And who from crossover movie shows up as the fake hunk of the school? I am dead.
Who is it? Bridge, if it's a fucking Dawson's Creek reference, I'm not picking it up. Okay.
No. Hold on. I don't. Oh my God. I don't know his name. And I was like begging you to know his name. Oh my God. Mighty Ducks.
Oh shit.
What is his name?
Wait, he was on the bad team. No.
Oh,
he was a good team. Mighty Ducks number 1?
I think 1 and 2.
Uh-oh, I don't remember.
I think it was Guy from Mighty
Ducks.
My,
wait, he was the one who dated, what's her fucking name in the second one? They're making out in the park and he's wearing a stupid ass
Connie.
Oh my God, him and Connie.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow, he downgraded from Connie with this fucking blonde bitch, I'll tell you what. So Kat is like, wow, my life sucks, everything's wrong, I literally go to so many schools, I probably have no basic academic skills because I've missed so much school, I'm a transient homeless child, everything's sad, does anyone want to counsel me? Anyway, new school. And I fucking cannot when, I mean, I hope this doesn't happen in real life, but like in movies where it's like, hey, you're the new kid, come up in front of the class and like state your name and business. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, who does that?
By the way, she has a lot of confidence because she went up there and she was like, hey, my name's Kat. She gets made fun of. She's like, okay, whatever. And then she's like, yeah, I'm staying at this, like, mansion. And they all were like, what? She's like, oh, you've, like, heard of it? I'm like, Kat, you're, like, kind of too cool for this movie.
She's so cool, and that blonde girl is so lame.
Yo, her name was Amber, and I said this to James. I go, have you ever met a nice Amber? Because I feel like Amber has, like, a bad rep. It's like Angela.
It's like Regina.
you know?
I do want to make a reference because I am drinking and it's been a minute, Bridge. But in the Golden Show Degrassi, hashtag whatever it takes, there in the very first, is it season 1? I think it's season 1. But there is a new student who's like the bad boy of the show. And they're like, all right, we got a new student. And the teacher goes, you want to come up and say something in front of the class? And the kid goes, no. And the teacher's like, okay, moving on. And I was like, yeah, you could have done that, but all right, it's fucking fine.
Oh my god.
But if she didn't go up and talk, we wouldn't get the children inviting themselves over to her mansion for Halloween.
It's not a friendly town. Even the teacher was like, so there's asbestos in
oh my god.
Again, I'm telling you, the writers were just like taking drugs, ripping shots, and they were like, yo, how funny would it be? Let's add it. Let's see if we could add asbestos.
They're like, dyslexic Dalmatians. See if anybody fucking catches it. They're like, all right, and it's Casper.
Here's the dart. Chuck it against the wall. Whatever it hits, we gotta include that in the writing, okay? It's an exercise. And they say there's asbestos in the gym, and then Amber gets up very awkward and is like, my parents finished the boathouse, you can all have my house. And nobody likes Amber, which I love that. And then they basically say, let's go to Kat's instead. And I just, once again, was like, it's very rude for you just to invite yourself to someone's house.
Kat's like, wow, what if I'm away? Okay,
who's
guess
getting
come
the
on
supplies?
down.
Who's doing the setup? I mean, this is exhausting.
You thought there was like a 3-day timeline from that? Because I felt like it was one fucking day.
You thought it was one day?
I literally felt like the next day it was like, well, now's the party. And I was like, what do you mean now's the party? God damn.
Maybe you're right. I thought they had like a lighthouse scene. I thought there was like some
But the lighthouse was the night. So I assumed the lighthouse was that night. And then the next morning she goes and talks to her dad. And that's when she's like, Dad, I need like a Halloween costume because I got asked out by a boy. But I already know what sex is. And then literally they're like, gotta get ready for the party. And I was like, did you even tell Dad about the party? My God.
I'm not gonna lie. My dream sex talk with my daughter is, I'm like, listen, Kate, which for those that don't know,
that's the daughter,
is
not
also
me.
My daughter.
I mean,
and
I don't
Katie.
need the sex talk. I'm good, but like if you want to practice, like I can pretend to be a kid. I don't know.
Kate, whatever you have, whatever question, I'll answer any specific detail, you know, and whenever you're ready, like I'm willing to talk about it. And I would just love for her to be like, Mom, I totally get it. I actually already know about it because like the internet. And no, I haven't done it. And no, I'm totally like, I don't have any issues with it. And I'll talk to you whenever I want about it. I'll be like, oh, girl.
I thought you were going to say, and I hope her response is, don't worry, Mom, I've seen Casper, so I already know all about it, because that Devon Sawa scene was, that explained everything.
That made me, as you call it, poppin'. What did you mean?
That's what you said, Bridge, not me. Damn it.
But like that sex talk with Bill Pullman was the best. It was like, Dad, it's a little late for the sex talk. And he's like, oh my God, late? And she's like, no, I haven't had sex. But like, I know what it is. And he was like, oh. I was like, okay, can you like parent her? My God.
That's why I was like, how much vodka is in his orange juice right now? Because there's definitely some Baileys. There's something's happening. It's
Yo, you know what's a good trivia question is Mel Gibson in Casper the friendly ghost? And everyone's like, no. And we're like, he is.
And we're like, sadly, he is.
Actually, this goes with your theory. Maybe he was so drunk, it wasn't like the ghost came in and did it. He was just like blacking out, seeing things.
Yes, that makes sense. There were no ghosts. That's the twist. It's got like the Others type twist shit. And they're like, we're the ghosts, but we're just drunk, actually.
Not I see dead people, I am an alcoholic.
And I have schizophrenia, potentially. But
that too.
Yeah!
We gotta focus.
All right, I'm so sorry.
She gets this basically backstory about like Casper doesn't remember anything from his life.
Oh my
God. How sad is it? Because he has a really sad line, Kate.
Wait, though, but before that, I think what kicks off the sadness is when I'm gonna call it a kidnapping. He kidnaps her.
Definitely.
And takes her to the lighthouse because he keeps being like, you haven't danced. I can dance. She's like, Casper, you're a literal like ghost cheat little 10-year-old boy. Like, you haven't haven't gone through puberty. It's too much. Like, I'm sorry, I got asked out by Beck, who's on the Mighty Ducks, so I gotta focus. I mean... And he takes her to the lighthouse, and they start talking about, you're a ghost. A lot of the talk between them is how Casper's a ghost, and that's fine, whatever. But they get to the topic of her, she's like, what were you like when you're alive? And he fucking goes, he's like, I don't remember. And then the music is like, oh, and you're like, whoa, shit, this is serious. And it gets like fucking sad because he's basically like, I don't remember anything. And she's like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. That's so sad. You don't remember. And then she gets like real talk with him and she goes, I'm worried that like I'm gonna forget my mom. And then she talks about like little memories of her mom. And you're like, holy fucking shit, Casper. Like, I thought, I don't know, I was just gonna see some ghost bullshit. But what? Jeez, now I'm crying in my wine glass. God.
Direct quote, Casper says, when you're a ghost, life doesn't matter that much.
Great!
Casper!
Rude, Casper! Mom died like yesterday or maybe 4 years ago. We don't fucking know, okay?
Oh
my God.
My God. And then we learn that he, if I don't say it, like word by word, I feel like it's close enough. Well, this was my sled. And my dad, he got me the sled just out of nowhere. And so I went sledding all day. And I just didn't want to come inside. And then I got cold. And then I got sick. And then my dad got sad. And then I don't remember anything. I'm like, this is freaking dark, yo.
And then he says a part where he's like, and I was supposed to go somewhere, but I didn't go there because my dad would be sad and alone, so I just hung around. And you're like, Casper.
Like, now I understand the therapist part of the ghost because they really need it.
Casper, self-care is okay, even in the afterlife. And self-care might mean get the fuck out of there. What?
Yeah, he's gotta move on.
My God. Wow. This scene though, which happens like around this time, it might be like right before, Kat is just like wandering around this mansion, which like I would do too if I felt comfortable, and she finds Casper's old room, which we come to find, and this is where she sets up all the toys, like a fucking toy store, where like in
kind of sweet
Toys R Us. But the part, like, this felt like a Christmas part where she literally like pops her head out, she's like, hey Casper, come on in! And it's like toys, and I was like, what season
what year is it?
What year is it? Whose toy is this? But this gives him his memory back somewhat.
I remember.
And that's where he's like, Kat, put on this dusty ass dress because you're sad and you don't have
movie
a costume.
Magic was like, put on this potato sack, and then the next scene later, it's like a super tailored fit, and poofy anyone sleeves. That has ever been a bridesmaid knows that's not how that happens.
And was that his mom's wedding dress? Is that what we think?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's some awkiness to this.
It's not good. Well, he's like a 10-year-old. He doesn't understand anything.
But that's what I'm saying. You're like, okay, you're 12, but then all of a sudden we're making out at the end of the movie, and these nervous set of girls in her bed. What's happening?
We're all confused. It's like confused. A puberty metaphor. Nobody knows what's going on with their bodies. It's weird.
No one knows.
But this is what kickstarts him. They find like news articles, and this is where she's like, oh, your dad was an inventor, and he was trying to make a machine that could bring ghosts back to life. And then Casper's like, oh my God, I remember. And then they go on the Universal Studios Missed Opportunity ride, which I would have ridden a lot.
It was like the formula was like, we've tested it with kids, and they're sad at this part. So what do we need? A ride! And like, I was like, yo, this should have been the whole movie.
It's just like
entire
ride.
This is like the Richie Rich. I don't know why I keep going back to Richie Rich when they're on the roller coaster. It's like, I want fun adventure. I felt like
it was like so many Rube Goldberg machines. I was like, we got Gremlins, we got Honey I Shrunk the Kids, we got Casper, we're getting them all. They're all coming in. We got Goonies. This gave me a lot of Goonies vibes, by the way. When we went down in this like area with the water, I was like, dude, the Goonies are like off in the corner for surely. Like, there's no way.
The Fratellis are under the water.
The Fratellis are getting a shave and a haircut up there.
Sloth is coming out of that machine. And I cannot. Oh my God. There is just something about... You're right. There's just this like endless inventor theme.
This was another part where it was like, writers, you guys just didn't know.
You know what's freaking sad about this, Kate? Is like at this time in life, the 80s, full swing. Money is just this thing that everyone gets. You know, you could go fix TVs.
What's that like?
You could go fix TVs and have 5 children and you're still getting steak dinners every night. And like, maybe they just were so like, wow, life's so good and money just comes from everywhere. Let's just like invent things, you know? Like they just had time to think of things like that.
My God. I mean, part of that like ride thing did feel like a saw trap with the razor blades. And I was like, I'm not sure about that part. Like that might cause some deaths. But yeah, the rest of it's cool. And so Casper, this is where he is basically like, this is the machine. It's underwater for no reason in the secret lab. I don't understand that part, but fucking fine. And he goes, this is the machine that brings ghosts back to life. And then he's like, I guess I should try it now. I was like, Casper, what have you been doing for like whoever knows how many years?
Nobody knows. We don't know how long Casper has been doing things, but based on those dusty rooms, it's been a long time, Kate.
Yeah.
Is sad.
And he's like, I'm ready to do it. You just need this like red juice, and we could sell it off to science to recreate and, you know, win the Pulitzer Prize. No, not that. Nobel Peace Prize. Nope, not that. We win a prize and help the world, but let's just use it on me. And Christina Ricci's like, I get, like, she's so go with the flow. She's like, whatever. Like, let's just fucking do it.
I just remember as a kid being like, I want to be her. Like, I thought she was so cool.
So cool.
The bootcut jeans, Kate, we had to get there. The cool sweaters. The hair flips. By the way, you want to learn where our millennial side part came from? Put your ass Casper, the friendly fucking ghost, and put that movie on. Because all of us wanted Christina Ricci's hair. We did. Okay? And we blow-dried it to not be 80s big, because we weren't putting hair gel. We took that part. Boy, did we flip it.
I want that haircut now.
I want
kind
it
of.
too.
Not a lot, but maybe for like a moment.
I want to get rid of
okay, but the bad guys were like this whole time.
Oh yeah, we forgot about them.
wait. There is a meanwhile in here though. So the 3 uncle ghosts, they
end up at karaoke. They get drunk at karaoke.
There's a lot of ghost kidnapping. They kidnap Bill Pullman and they go, he's having a psychotic breakdown. Let's go fucking get him drunk. And then they bring him to a karaoke bar, and I was like, that's pretty awesome.
Honestly, going to a karaoke bar with ghosts, like, if I'm a ghost, I'm going to a karaoke bar.
I think I would too.
And I'm hanging
out. That's the funnest place to be.
Why wouldn't you?
And then there's like, Bill Pullman gets super drunk, and then the ghosts kind of are like, wow, he's so sad. Poor guy. Everything's terrible when you're alive. Let's kill him. And then, as you mentioned before, drunk Bill Pullman goes on a monologue where he's like, guys, you're so great. I love you all. Anyway, like, you should stay in the house and like, whatever. And they're like, oh, never mind. We love you, Bill Pullman. Also, there's some random alive guy crying in the background during this fucking scene. Did you see him?
Hated
Who
it.
is that man?
That was one of the writers that threw the dart and he got it wrong and he had to be in the scene.
That guy, he was like, this is how I came up with the idea for Casper, was I was actually drunk in this bar and I just never leave. So
I never leave.
Film around me. Good luck.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. But Bill Pullman dies because he's drunk. Even though, again, I think he's always drunk, but he was like double drunk.
Well, out of nowhere, we find the machine that brings people back to life, and then everyone dies.
Everybody. There's a death count in this fucking movie.
Multiple deaths.
Many deaths. Like,
I wrote, dying is way too casual in this movie.
The bad guys follow Christina Ricci and Casper because they think they're going down to get buried treasure. And there is like some type of vault, which again is a Richie Rich reference because the fucking Rich family vault. It's not in Mount Richmore, by the way. Thank God. Could you imagine a Mount Casmore? or Casper?
Wait, let's talk about how fucking funny the 90s were. They were like, hey man, we're not as like gaudy as the 80s. When people have a vault, we keep personal things like our children's memories and a baseball and
baby clothes.
Yeah, all these like kind-hearted things. But don't worry, we're gonna live in a mansion with it.
Yeah,
and we're gonna like spend tons of money on
with a fucking Universal Studios ride in the basement.
But we really don't need money for happiness. I'm like, shut the fuck. This is bullshit.
The bad guys sneak in. They steal the red liquid, so then Casper doesn't become a human. He becomes an egg. What even?
Which, by the way, is a reference because Christina Ricci says earlier in the movie, sunny side up makes me sick, and that's what he looks like, a sunny side up egg.
Is it like a metaphor like Casper, I'll never love you as a ghost? You better turn to Devon Sawa soon or I'm out?
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah. Wow. The bad guys are like, we have the ghost turning into human juice. And then they leave, and their fucking plan, this is the writers took peyote at this point, because they literally are like, okay, one of us, we could die, and then we come back to life, so we should die, and then as a ghost, you go into the vault and get the shit, and then you just come back alive, and then they try to, like, kill each other.
Yo.
What?
Casually.
The fuck?
It turns into a horror film.
Yes. And then it's like weird slapstick. And I was like, what is the emotion that I have? What?
I don't know, but the mean lady dies.
Falls off a fucking cliff.
And she's like, this is awesome. I could fly into the vault.
Yes.
Come back. And then she finds out there's no treasure in it. Gets really pissed. Because then she wants to go back into a human. But her Dibs, her side buddy, has the potion. And he decides to do a whoopsie-doodle on her.
What? Wait, you know what Dibs sounds like?
I don't know what.
Nibs! Unacceptable! I'm not sorry at all for making a Coneheads reference.
Definitely.
1993, the best year for movies. You know Casper stole that.
Yo.
Just saying.
That's a great movie. Go back to that episode, everybody.
That's a great movie. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Huh.
So, she's a scary ghost, and for whatever reason, Dibs, unacceptable. He decides that now is the time in his life that he should stick up for himself and say, stop bullying me. What?
Yeah, he thinks he has the buried treasure, and by the way, she's got, like, ghost powers, so she just kicks him into another state.
Yeah, I wouldn't piss off a ghost.
This next scene was kind of sneaky. I kind of liked it.
Oh, the unfinished business?
Yeah.
This is very, like, almost reverse psychology-ish. Very Jumanji, if you will, Bridge.
Very Jumanji. But I'll be honest, I got played a little, where I was like, unfinished business. What? Why are they asking that? And I was like, oh, wow, I'm not as smart as, like, a 10-year-old watching this. Oh, my God. But I thought that was great. It's like, if you don't have any unfinished business, you just cross over, and so, boy, oh boy, she just, like, truly died, which, by the way, is, like, I guess in theory they murdered her?
Do you think, like, God or whoever the fuck is just sitting there like, who doesn't have any unfinished business? That bitch, get her!
Honestly, I think there'd be way more ghosts if that was the case, because I think most people aren't ready to die, from statistically speaking.
No.
Here we are.
I don't know, but it's fine, Bridge, because we get interrupted by, I want to emphasize this, drunk ghost Bill Pullman. He's not as funny as the other three, and I wouldn't recommend him for the improv group, but
no.
Here he's
like the audience member that they bring up and everyone giggles at, and like in this improv.
It reminded me of the Broad City episode where she sleeps with the really hot guy, and then he's like, come to my improv show, and she goes, and he's like just making terrible jokes, and she's so embarrassed. And she's like, I can't, I gotta go. It's so horrible. That's who he was. Not good. He doesn't remember Kat, so apparently the memory loss is immediate, even though Kerrigan did not have memory loss.
That's a plot hole right there.
But the writers didn't give
She died and was like, I absolutely remember everything, and I'm going into that vault. Wow.
Writers were at Mardi Gras. They were with us in the streets getting beads. We don't fucking know. Gandalf's over there raving in the corner. It's crazy. Bill Pullman doesn't remember Kat, and this gets emotional because she gets so upset because she's like, wow, my fucking dad's dead. Everyone around me is dying. This is so sad. And then he doesn't even remember her. But what brings back the memory?
The pinky swear.
Okay. Oh my fucking God, the pinky swear.
The pinky swear, and sweet Casper, who truly is friendly. Because he was like, I guess I won't become alive, even though I am the only one that knew this existed.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little child.
He is.
But you need your dad, so let's just let him have the last remaining chance for me to ever be alive again.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, Kat, your dad is actually an active alcoholic, but maybe it'll change. Who knows? Good luck.
Part of this, like, kind gesture, when then her mom comes as an angel form and like, Casper.
Oh my god.
That was so kind of you to give Kat back her dad. So I'm gifting you 1 hour of being a human. I was like, make him a human!
Bullshit.
Why
Bunch
can't
of
he just
bullshit.
be human? You know what? They wanted to make a sequel, and I'm so pissed because the movie should have just ended with Devon Sawa being alive and then living happily ever after.
Oh my god. I do want to talk about the mom because he's like, are you an angel? And she's like, totally. Bridget, she's dressed in all red. And if I know anything from my horror movies, angels are not in red. Devils and demons are in red, so something's afoot here, but okay.
Is that why she's like, I'll make you be a human for an hour?
Just 1 fucking hour for one sad song, bitch.
And I'm gonna make sure you don't have a ton of buttons so that chesty has to pop out.
I just thought that was a weird outfit choice.
But the whole entire school shows up to the house
Bridget.
after this fucking day.
Literally, like, the neighboring school came too, I think. And also, someone hired a DJ, and someone hung up decorations. And
there was a disco ball. Who did that setup?
Not me. Who did it?
Not me.
I don't know. Was it the teacher? Because he was dressed as a lobster. He didn't have use of his hands.
Honestly, the teacher was so excited for this dance.
Okay, but that would also be me. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
But Kate, you're telling me you're just gonna show up to some random girl's house with about 100, I don't know what, middle schoolers behind you and be like, we're ready, we're here.
Not if there's no snacks. I mean, Jesus Christ. What are these kids thinking?
Well,
yeah, it's just a full-on blown Halloween party, and then Christina Ricci's like, I guess now I'll join. There's also a lame subplot with, like, the girl bully, and I don't know, they're lame. They get scared by the ghost, they run out screaming, and then everyone cheers, and you're like, okay, that was a stupid subplot.
So stupid, yeah.
Didn't need it, but it's fine. And then, Bridge, this is where the waterworks, like, I'm not even kidding. It was immediate. The song starts playing. The song that they start playing is literally like, I made a friend, my only friend, sitting alone, he got no friends. And I was like, oh, Christina Ricci, you poor thing. Fucking mom's dead, you got no friends. Casper's a fucking ghost, you can't even make it out with him. This is the worst. This is the worst. Your date just ran out screaming. My God. Oh my God. It's emotional.
I am looking up this song right now because
it's like, it sounds like a parody song, but like, I was emotional and I was like, what is going on?
I think it's literally called Remember Me. Like, it's out
so
of control.
Fucking, like, ridiculous.
And it's like, one wish to have you here. Just one wish.
Devon Sawa, come on down.
Oh my God, it's called Remember Me This Way.
Bridget, I
get out of town.
I can't deal with it.
Get out of here.
I can't deal with it.
We're pulling
that
up
was
the
another
lyrics.
Drunk writer decision.
Oh
my God.
My God. Every now and then we find a special friend who never lets us down, who understands it all, reaches out. Each time you fall, you're the best friend that I've found.
I got so emotional, and I was like, what is this bullshit
I'll make
song?
a wish for
so
you.
Angry. I'm upset right now.
I'll make a wish for you and hope it will come true, that life would just be kind to such a gentle mind. If you lose your way, think back on yesterday. Remember me this way.
Bridget, I can't. I'm getting emotional. Stop it. Stop it.
As a child. As we talked about, Kate, when we would be in our car that had movies in it because our mom couldn't deal with us, we would agree on only so many movies. And when somebody would say, let's watch Casper, all I wanted, Kate, was this last scene. I was
Devon
like,
Sawa.
I'm just going to zone out.
Yep.
And just like, I don't care about this whole movie, but boy, oh boy, when Devon Sawa comes down those stairs to that song, woo!
The reveal is great because you don't actually see his face for a while. You just see this little preteen blonde boy with a 90s haircut. He kind of looks like the quarterback from Little Giants, but it's fine. We'll let it go.
Is he throwing toilet paper in the grocery store? I think I saw him.
He just threw a touchdown to someone over there. And yeah, but he asked Kat to dance because she's fucking sad because she literally has no friends. And like, I'm so worried for her. And they start dancing and then you see it's fucking
a hunk. I mean,
oh my God.
What a hunk.
And she doesn't know it's Casper because Devon Sawa, thank fucking God, does not have a cat. Could you imagine if Devon Sawa was like, hey, cat!
That's our scary movie version, by the way.
Remember me. I'm a friend.
like, no.
Wow, good thing, because don't make out with that. Yeah, and they just do an emotional slow dance in the air that people see, so, all right.
At this point, I screamed at James. I was like, come in the room! Devon Sawa! And then he comes, he looks at me, he's like, oh my god. And then he goes back to the kitchen as like, you're annoying. And then I was like, come back, they're floating! And he was just like, you're so annoying. I'm like, yeah, but you know, if you were this age as a woman, Devon Sawa, you would cut out his picture from 17 magazine and stick it on your like childhood bedroom, man.
God, Devon Sawa is a quarterback. He's a ghost. He's that guy in Now and Then. That's another Christina Ricci movie. My God. So many.
Well, then they dance. Everyone leaves because he turns into a ghost.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Shit. Only an hour. It kind of felt like 10 minutes, but okay. It's fucking fine.
I just don't think it was long enough. You're right. Maybe she was a devil.
Do you think that slow dance song literally just kept repping for an hour and everyone was like, this seems a little weird. And then I'm crying in the corner for an hour. And they're like, that lady, what? Bill Pullman also does get to see his wife. I did think it was a little strange how they didn't like say they love each other or miss each other. She's just
Why couldn't he touch her?
She's just like, wow, you did a great job raising Cat. Like, keep it up.
And
I was like, this is not your wife. This is literally the demon from The Exorcist, and I think you should be careful because she might get possessed.
I hated this. If I would like hug the person, kiss the person,
anything.
Any
we saw nothing.
Nothing. But
So lame.
Okay, maybe that's more realistic to marriage. But
Jesus, Bridget. Like, Bill Pullman was kind of emotional, but again, part of me was like, I think he's just starting to feel his hangover, so I'm not convinced this is love. I'm just saying.
I know, but I gotta say, like, freaking Devon Sawa becomes the ghost again. Everybody runs out screaming, and then they just have a dance party. And Bill Pullman's like, I just saw my wife. I also was dead earlier. I did karaoke. We live with ghosts.
Christina,
I still don't have any money.
I just made out with ghosts. He's back to a 10-year-old. Is it pedophilia? Maybe. Woo! It's
literally now you're just like living with a ghost that can like fly into your body that has a crush on you. Like, what's that movie like?
Yeah, where else is he flying into? Not a fan. I hate it. It's not okay. Wow, Bridge. What do you think? Would you watch or don't watch?
Watch it, but don't follow the plot.
Just take a sip the whole time, like Bill Pullman. That's what he does.
Just be Bill Pullman. That's what you gotta go in with some friends, having some drinks, and just have a laugh. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Absolutely.
Kate, do you agree?
Yeah, same. And also, like, if you get really sad at the emotional friendship song, it's okay. I did too.
Remember me this way.
No, stop it. No. Oh God, and he walks down the staircase. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here.
It's so beautiful.
Christina Ricci has no friends. I'm so sad for her.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, well, this was a grot pick. Very spook, but Bridge, we're at the end of October. Oh, it's a sad time. I love October with the spooks and the scares and the blood. But I'm gonna go easy on you for my next pick because this is not a scary pick. Because, you know, you did your quota, which is one per year, I guess. I don't know. And you did it. However, Bridge, end of the month. What do we do at the end of the month?
No!
Nostalgia!
Okay.
Happy hour!
Happy hour!
Okay. It's our Nostalgic Happy Hour. And listeners, if you are new here, our Nostalgic Happy Hour is a non-nostalgic movie, which means it is a more recent... Well, it doesn't have to be a movie. We've actually done only TV,
Yeah, we've done TV. Yeah, actually.
We've only done TV.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But guess what? I'm doing a movie.
Woo!
It's a nostalgic movie, and holy motherfucking shitballs, Bridge. I don't know what could have been a more magical, beautiful pick for this. This movie just came out.
Okay.
Bridge, this is technically a sequel to a movie that we did 2 years ago. I know.
Wait, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
The movie, when it originally came out, that it's a sequel to, is from 1993, which is the best year for movies. Don't forget.
Wow.
Bridge, I can't read you the description because it gives it away, but we got 3 fucking witches. We got 3 icons. I hope we get a song. We better. I'm gonna leave. Bridge, this is the nostalgic pick of Hocus Pocus 2. Sisters!
Sisters? Wow. I am so excited to watch this. Wow.
You did not watch this already, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, me neither. I've been holding off because I knew I was going to pick it.
Oh,
this is on Bridget.
God.
Bridget, this is on Disney Plus. Don't
Give me
hurt
your
yourself.
password. We have the same conversation
I have to
every freaking
Okay.
week.
Okay, I'll give it to you. This is the description. 2 young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern-day Salem, and they must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. I didn't see any Binks the cat in there, so I'm a little upset, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's there.
Oh my freaking God. We talked about this coming out, but Kate, we talked about it 2 years ago and we didn't know what was going on with COVID, and now it's here, and you're telling me it's the same cast?
Wait, and literally, like, in that episode, I'm pretty sure we talked about this movie, and then we talked about how it was delayed for COVID. So this probably would have came out, like, last year if it wasn't for COVID. But COVID. Yeah, so the witches are the same. So Bette Midler is Winifred Sanderson. SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker, is Sarah Sanderson. Hopefully her boobs are a little more contained. We'll see. Kathy and Jamie, Queen is Mary Sanderson with the book. Yeah, the book. And then I think Doug Jones reprises his role as Billy the Zombie. That's what I saw in previews, so that's fun. Yep, there he is, Billy Butchison. I don't know if anyone else from the OG is in there.
Awesome. Okay, one day you're going to be like, Bridget, we talked about this 10 years ago, and I'll be like, we're still doing this podcast, Kate? When are we going to
We're going to be the ghosts, and we're going to be like, this goddamn Bill Pullman keeps trying to give us therapy. We're just trying to do podcasts.
We're absolutely going to have unfinished business, because I'll be like, Katie needs me to record on Thursday. I can't actually pass over to have
I'll be like, Bridget, wait, I still have more things to say about Degrassi. Let's go back. We got to record. We need some editing. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
This is awesome. I love this.
Woo!
Amazing.
Well, Bridge.
Yeah.
If you were a ghost and, you know, I don't know, I had some ghost juice shit and we went on the Underground Universal ride and there's a ghost machine, I would let you be the human and I'd keep being a ghost because I could, like, fly through walls and that's cool.
You would?
Yeah.
That's
if you wanted
really
to. If
sweet.
not, then I'll give it to, I don't know, Bill Pullman, because he's definitely dead.
I wouldn't let you do that. That's too sweet. We should flip a coin or something.
Yeah, but then I get an hour of being a ghost to a sad, emotional slow song, so it's kind of even, right?
Remember me.
No!
Kate, if you joined the Ghost Improv group because you stayed a ghost and they decided to give you an offensive name, I would create more juice to go back, be a ghost, yell at them in Ghost World, and then come back to real world and tell them I'm not buying a ticket, okay? Until they fix it.
I think my ghost nickname would be Whiny. What do you think? It's got a double meaning in a way, you know?
Wow.
It's okay because I said it.
You
can't say it, but I can say it.
No, but I think you'd be better as like ranter, you know? Like
monologue lady, yeah.
What's the scary move, Randy?
Randy. Yeah, my nickname is Randy from Scream. He did die, so that works because he's a ghost probably. Wow, listeners, if you also love ghosts, and if you would go see a ghost improv group for $2 or 2 drinks minimum, and if you think Casper still slaps and you know preteen hormones were there, you should write us a review.
Yes.
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. You can, on our website, request a movie. So we are moving out of Spoop is Scary. Wah, I love Spoop Scare, but if you have another type of request, you can do that on there, and then we have a list, and then we go to the list, and then it's whenever we was on, and then and Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can buy us coffee.
Wow.
Which is basically just money. I don't know why I'm singing
It's the emotional song again, because I'm gonna cry again. Wow.
You can buy us coffee and give us some tips and tell us we're amazing and do it in financial form. But what I really want you to do is buy our merchandise because we just added epic stuff. And if you listen to our Jumanji episode, I added the coolest freaking thing. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to check it out. And you'll only get it if you listen to the Jumanji podcast. And it's really not that much money, so you should just get it for your friends and have fun. Okay?
And I already forgot what we talked about for the Casper one, but that might be... Oh, the Dyslexic Dalmatians Fund. That's what it is.
Absolutely. So...
Okay. So be on the lookout.
Just have some fun, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes. So check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for Hocus Pocus 2. I put a spell on you.
Ooh.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Don't listen, her.
Don't listen. It's crazy. Mom's got pointy boobs. Yo, how many pointy boobs do you think are in this movie?
Yo, so freaking many.
Wow, really? I thought I was going to say none. I mean, there might be some. Who knows? We'll see.
Good luck editing this episode because we reference so many freaking movies. I don't know how many tangents. Drink every time we went on a tangent. All right? I love you. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.